Hello, good evening. My name is Carl Hinder and I'm the business coach with Salon Health. Welcome to QCTV, Quick Coach TV, which I run every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. British Summertime. So every night this year throughout 2020, I shall be running QCTV, Quick Coach TV. This is your opportunity to ask any questions that you want about issues in your business or our industry, anything that develops you or your salon. So I'm going to be here from 8:30 tonight until 9:30. So you can ask anything you want. All you have to do is type in at the bottom the question, or you can phone in on the phone 07931 518 642. So get your questions rolling through on anything in our industry tonight. Now, if any questions don't come up, I'm going to be talking about excuses. Why is it that you guys have an excuse for anything? And I think it's just a barrier that you're putting up and it's stopping you from being successful in your business. So welcome aboard. We got Sally-Ann is on board. Sally-Ann, I've spoken to you a lot this week. It's been great. Abigail, haven't spoken to you this week, but it has been great keeping in contact with you. Rachel's on board. Janice is on board. David Glossy is on board. Chris Finch, good evening, sir. I know you've had a very busy day tackling my software as well, but don't worry about that, sir. We can get all that sorted out. And Violet Goddard, I hope you've had a great week so far. Can I ask you all to please invite other people, other salon owners, other salon managers, anyone in our industry who's interested in developing themselves or their business. This is called QCTV, Quick Coach TV. The idea being, I answer your questions and try and give you some inspiration, some direction, hopefully an answer. Now, if you've got big questions that need big answers, please catch me straight after the show, and I'm happy to stay on for a while and sort out your individual problems. But keep the questions fired up, keep them coming quick, and make sure that they are directed straight through our industry and for things that will benefit everyone on the board. You can obviously answer each other's questions as well on the board. There's some great people on here, I know that. Can I ask you, first of all, to make sure you press the follow button and the bell, and then next week you will know when I go online, so I won't have to keep notifying everyone. You'll know I'm going online. It'll be 8:30 next Wednesday, and every Wednesday this year I'll be here. We will be bringing on a co-presenter quite soon. There's a few things to sort out, but we will have co-presenters as well, so that'll be a bit more interesting. You won't have to listen to me all night. Now, this is QCTV, which is Quick Coach. It's not Slow Coach. I am absolutely going to talk so fast and hammer out as much as I can for 1 hour. I'm going to give you 1 hour of my time and make sure as many of you as possible benefit from my knowledge and skills. So what we got? Violet's on board. Ellie McCann is on board. Good evening, Ellie. Thank you for saying hello and being here. I trust you can all hear me. Otherwise, you would have had a complaint by now. Chris Finch says hello. Gillian Smith is back on board. Good evening, Gillian. I saw you over on the other board earlier. Abigail has invited Stacey along. Rachel's bringing Christine along. Rachel is bringing David along as well. That's fabulous. Donna Garnham is on. Great talking to you today, Donna. I hope you've had a successful day. I know you're really busy trying to get everything done. Rachel's got Jane coming along, and Gillian says, good evening. Toria is also on board. So we've got some good numbers coming on board. Look, if you've got any questions, guys, we've got 1 hour. I'm going to help you guys for free for 1 hour, trying to get you in the right direction. So you can ask anything you want. It doesn't matter if it's about staffing, pricing, recruitment. It can be about how to increase sales. It can be about maximizing profit, or anything at all about your business. But make sure it's real. Make sure that it's benefiting you. Keep the questions short and start rolling them up. The only time I stop in the next hour is when I stop for a quick drink of tea. Okay. Who have we got here? We got Ellie McCann. Oh, she's got a whole army coming. And Ian Pope is on board. Good evening, Ian. Good to see you on here. Now, I decided to put up something quite contentious tonight. I know a lot of you and people that are about to come on board. Usually takes about 10 or 15 minutes for this board to warm up. So I'm kind of delaying a bit here. Margaret, Lisa, I haven't seen you for a while, Lisa, Margaret, whichever. Be good to catch up in person quite soon. And Lilwyn is on board. Right. So let's talk about excuses. You see, there's a couple of people on this board already, at least 3 or 4, 5 actually, that I can see on there, will know that as a business coach and as a person in life, I don't accept any excuses for not succeeding. You will never, ever find me saying, we can't achieve something because of. It's not in my mind. It's not in my vocabulary. I don't understand the words, we can't do this. But as an industry, we are very, very good at finding excuses. We're very, very good at finding what I call barriers. So let me give you kind of some examples. If you go to some salons, they say, listen, I'm way, way too busy, Carl, to be doing work on my business. I haven't got time to do marketing, as an example. I just haven't got the time for it. Other salons say, look, I'm just too quiet. I'm just too quiet. I can't make any money because I'm too quiet. Other people say, I haven't got enough staff. I can't get staff. Recruitment's a problem. Other people say all my staffing are problematic. They don't listen. They don't do as I say. So you got to think about the excuses. What happens all the day? We say, I can't progress my business because I've got children. I can't progress my business because I got family commitments. Can't progress my business because I got to have this work-life balance. And you are using these as reasons. I'm quite sure if we were having a face-to-face conversation, you would be saying, well, those are my reasons, Carl. This genuinely, I can't get staff, and genuinely, I want this work-life balance. And I only hear them as excuses. Okay, so we're going to see what's coming up here. What else we got? We've got Lynn on board. Theo is on board. Good evening, Theo. And Jav is on board. Ellie has got Tony coming across. Cheryl Brown is on board. Good evening, Cheryl. And good evening, Jav. So, look. You're going to say reasons. I'm going to say excuses. You see, when you've got an excuse, once you've embraced an excuse, let's say it's recruitment, because it is a real issue within the industry, but the more we say it, the more we believe it. Let's say time management. I haven't got enough time in my week, in my life. Once you say it, once you believe it, once you embrace it, for you, it becomes completely and utterly true. So you're trying to justify your lack of progress with a reason. Okay, so I can't progress, Carl, because of my time management. I can't progress, Carl, because there's just no time in my life. My children take it, my wife take it, everyone takes it, my dog takes it, I got to take him for a walk. Okay, so you got to start thinking. When you hear these words, you've now got to start click into yourself. God, I've said that so many times. I keep saying that I haven't got enough time. I keep saying that my staff are terrible. I keep saying that I haven't got enough staff. I keep saying we're in the wrong location. I keep saying that the landlord is not very good. I keep saying, okay, we haven't got the right products. I keep saying the prices are too high. Okay? You've got to hear yourself. This is the most important part. You can't get over these barriers, which you, in part, are put in there yourself, unless you can hear what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, Ellie's here everywhere. And Andrew, James. Oh, good evening, Andrew. I just recognized who you are. So when you have an excuse, you see, this is what it says to me. Maybe I'm visiting you, maybe we're doing a video call. I'm not trying to insult you here. This is real, genuine coaching observation. When you have a lot of these things, do you know what it says? It says about you, or says about your business, but it says about you that you have a lack of motivation. The more reasons that you have for not doing something. Okay, my business cannot be a success because of, all of these things. The prices are too high. The client's got no money. I can't be pushy. Whatever, my staff are not good, they're not well trained, they're always off sick. My salon's in the wrong place, my salon's or the town's moved away from the shop. Whatever it is, the council's no good, the government has changed, we're in the middle of recession, Brexit give me a hammering, we've got a factory closing. The more that you have, it just tells me that you are not motivated. So this session today is quite serious. I'm expecting a 50-50 split here. I'm expecting about half of you to say, yes, Carl, I'm with you. I'm going to think about it. And the other half of you to give me a bit of a hammering and say, you don't know what you're talking about. It is true. We can't get staff. Our prices are too high. All our customers got no money. And I'm thinking the more of those you've got, the less motivated you are. Because if there's anybody on here now that's worked with me in the last couple of years, you put your hand up there and say, Carl always makes excuses, because you know damn well, don't you? You know I will never allow you to ever have an excuse for anything. Because you've got to identify what that reason is, and you have to identify what you're going to do about it. And one of the measures for this is, let's say it is recruitment. How is it? I'll come to your town, guys, and we'll have 10 salons. And maybe I've worked in one of them previously or a couple of years ago. Why is it that some salons in your town have no recruitment issues? Why is it that some salons in your town have no pricing issues? Why is it that some salons in your town have no landlord issues? It's the same town, same council, same weather, same government, same VAT. There's another one, same VAT bill. Okay, you've got to start thinking, how can they possibly not have these problems in exactly the same environment as me? And the more I say that I've got reasons for my growth being slower, or maybe you're just failing, guys. I'm being polite. Maybe that's not slow growth. Maybe you're just completely and utterly failing. The more reasons in your head or excuses that I think you've got, the lower I believe your motivation is. What we got on you? Jodie's on you, Pammy's on you, Violet's on you. I don't like being pushy. Makes me feel uncomfortable. I can see we've got a smiley face after that. So Violet, that's an example. So that is a barrier that doesn't exist, okay? That is something that's in your mind, because let's say I've never met, by the way, I don't know how many thousands of hairdressers I've now met, or therapists and technicians and masseurs. Okay, don't want to insult anyone. You've got to get the terminology right these days. I've never met one who's been pushy. I've never met one used car salesman who's working in a hair salon, okay, or a beauty salon or a therapist. They don't exist. But let's say the worst case scenario, Violet, that you was pushy. Imagine, okay, I know this is not a bottle of shampoo. I'm not confused. That the client goes home with something that they need. Imagine you do push them. Imagine you say, look, you really do need this shampoo and this conditioner. And if you have them both, your condition's going to be amazing and your color's going to stay on for longer. Go on, you really should have them. Imagine that is pushy. And they go home and then they're super, super happy that their color stays in longer and their condition is better. And they think Violet's salon is Vio's, isn't it, if I remember, is now amazing. Is that pushy? And if it is it bad? And is that a bad reflection on you? No, it's not. The fact is, it's in your mind. It's an artificial barrier that you've created. And even if it's true, let's say I don't want to be pushy. There's a salon in your town being pushy, making more money than you, being more successful than you, having more clients than you, and having more repeat clients than you. Doesn't exist, guys, honestly. Caroline is on board. Good evening, Caroline. Nice to see you on here. And Laura, McDonald's, don't feel pushy when they ask you if you want to go large. They can always say no, but you might as well ask. Well, a McDonald's is perfect in that sense. You know, you ever try and buy a burger in McDonald's, I guarantee, you know, I'll put my house on it, they will ask you, is that a meal that you want? I'll just have a burger. Do you want a meal with that? I don't know. I don't even know what a meal is. I'll just have fries. Do you want large fries with that? So I'm going, you know, okay, no, I'll just have large fries and a burger. Well, you may as well have a drink with it because that's an extra 40p. And before you know it, I've got, you know, a burger, a large fries, a large drink, I don't know, whatever I got, a pink donut or something like that. I only wanted a coffee in the beginning. But when I leave, I don't feel as if I was pushed upon. I might have a pile of food I never wanted, but if you are a McDonald's goer, trust me, you're going to roll back up there again anytime soon. And the same in Vio's. You're going back because Violet is a fantastic stylist. Being a little bit pushy is just something you're imagining. If you're damn rude to the client, that's not being pushy. That's just bad manners. Okay, Rachel, where are we? Selling products helps the client's results from the treatments. I mean, a product, I'm not even just talking about products, guys. You know, we got the book, all right? I'm sorry, I got to do the plug every single week. Selling products, sell or die trying. It's selling absolutely fantastic this year. It did last year as well. If you want to talk about products, read the book. We can discuss it from morning to night. It's not just about products. This is about your business. You're accepting barriers that do not exist, okay? So, and the longer you accept them, the least, the smaller the chance that you are going to move on to what you need to do. So this is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you a solution. Look, I'm going to coach you. I'm going to tell you at least one or two things that you can do to start changing this. Okay, guys, look, we're 15 minutes into QCTV tonight. Quick Coach TV. My name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help. And tonight, you can phone in if you want to on 07931 518 642. No, but there you won't. Okay. 07931518642. If you would like to phone in, you can phone in. Okay. If you don't want to phone in, you can just keep the messages coming and I will answer them all between now and 9:30 tonight. Please invite more people along. Ring that bell. Make sure you're following me. Ask the questions. I'm here for your benefit tonight. This is not a show for entertainment, although I'm happy if you're here only for the entertainment. This is free coaching. If you wanted an hour of my time, okay, it's going to cost you some money tonight. It's completely free, and I'm talking as fast as I can so I get as many of you help as possible. Good evening, Michael. Haven't spoken to you for a little while. Thank you for joining me tonight. And Abigail says she has the book and it's fantastic. She says she's learned so much. And that's the story I'm having all the time. And I appreciate all of your comments and I appreciate you buying it. But you know what? We've got a bit of a mini revolution going on. You actually look around the place, you speak to some of the salon owners, some of the reps, some of the other coaches. We've got a bit of a mini revolution going on. Those of them that believe in retail, okay, can see what we're doing. Now, there's some coaches out there that do not believe in retail, and there's a lot more salons out there that definitely don't believe in retail. Listen, guys, you crack on. I believe in it. I believe in it for so many reasons. And above all else, I believe in retailing for increasing and improving your customer service standards. And of course, the only reason we exist in a business is to make money, and it does that as well. Okay, what we got? Lee Sweeney is on. Lee, I haven't caught up with you in a very long time. Hope you're well, sir. Tonight, we are talking about excuses and barriers, excuses that you have in your mind that you hear every day in our industry. Like I said, staffing levels, time management. I just don't have enough time. Whatever it is, I need that work-life balance. That's not a real reason, guys. A work-life balance is just a desire that you earn, that you only get once you've delivered your business objectives. You don't get a work-life balance as an automatic ticket to open in a salon. Okay, now if some of you have opened a salon to only have a work-life balance, there is some credibility in that, but I can guarantee you're going to stay very, very small. And that's okay as well. I'm not criticizing you if that's what you want to do. If you want to have a 1-2-man operation and have a nice little life, look, go on and enjoy it. I'm here to disrupt that. But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to make some money because, you know, your family will demand more and more and more of you all the time financially. If you've got children, for sure, they're going through school and school trips. And if they want to, you know, cars when they're teenagers and they want to go to university and bigger holidays and you want more children, then you can have a bigger house. You're not going to do it on a one-man band on a corner of a street anymore, okay? So whatever the barriers are that are stopping you going out there, making your business successful and taking substantial amounts of money, it's probably in your mind. Okay, so let's have a look at this. What we got coming up? Michael Pudney, what are you covering this evening? Michael, I'm covering excuses. I'm saying that you guys, the hairdressing, beauty, therapy, clinic industry uses excuses that to yourself to justify your inaction. And the more excuses you've got, it demonstrates to me that your motivation is lower than ever. Okay, so what you pick one. You pick one. You're good at this. Michael, pick an issue. Time management. Tell me, Michael, I don't have enough time in my life, Carl, and I'll tell you 10 ways that you're wasting time. I'll tell you that you're spending your time watching soaps on TV. I'll tell you you're spending every Saturday afternoon watching the football. I'll tell you that you're walking the dog 2 hours a day. Don't tell me that you can't put more time into your business. You're just choosing to spend your time on something else. You're just using that barrier and then using those words to actually justify to yourself that your motivation isn't great. I'm going to accept that. And the sooner I accept it, the sooner I latch on to something, the sooner I can just reward myself and say, look, I haven't got to stress about it any longer. And Paula is here. Good evening, Paula. Jillian, hi, Carl. Have products got a shelf life if you're not selling them as quick as you anticipated? Jillian, if a product, a bottle of shampoo was to go out of date, you must be in a coma. You must be sleeping or you forgot to open the door. Yes, there is a shelf life. I think there is a production life on more shampoos these days, but we're talking a couple of years. You should be able to turn over, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bottles of shampoo every year. It shouldn't happen in your business. It should be something you keep your eye on. It's not like buying a pint of milk where you got 3 days. So reality is, yes, there is. It should not come to fruition in your business. And if it was to, then I will identify them pretty damn quick, maybe do some sort of deal and ship them out. But, in reality, it shouldn't be happening if you're a proper retailer. If you're moving on with a volume of stock that I would expect the average salon these days, if they're reading my book, doing my course, listening to my advice, or getting me in your salon, I guarantee you won't have anything on your shelves. Okay, Gillian, how long would it be if it were the case? A couple of years. Lena is with me. Good evening, Lena and Chris Finch. Carl, have you ever had any excuse in the past? I guess, Chris, the answer to your question is I guess all the time, because we're all human. I think this is the important part. I'm going to move on to the next stage and I'm going to answer your question. This is the coaching bit for you on this tonight. I haven't picked this subject just to insult you all. What I want you to think of is this. Let's say I've got, I think that time management is a challenge for me. And Chris, you know how many hours I work either in salon, in the mornings, in the afternoons, online, doing training sessions, okay? So trust me, I'm much of the time maxed out, and I've cut back on lots of the things that I'm talking to you about. The first thing you've got to do in your mind is recognize that you're saying them. And you need to get a piece of paper and you need to write down, God, I'm always saying time management. God, I'm always saying recruitment. God, I'm always saying my landlord is a nightmare. Whatever it is, you've got to identify the ones that you use all of the time. Okay? That's kind of like step one. This is the self-counseling, if you like, where you actually write them on a piece of paper and you say, God, I do use those. Call them reasons if you want to. If you feel better, call them reasons. But that's all these reasons are doing is actually stopping you from being successful. Okay? Now, having an excuse will never improve your business. Okay? You got to think about this one. Maybe I got to repeat that a few times. Whatever your excuse is, whether it's real or not, doesn't matter, is as long as you believe you've got not enough time in your business, that understanding doesn't improve your business, does it? If you think I can't get staff, just having that excuse on its own doesn't improve your business in any way. So if you say it once or twice or 1,000 times, you are no better off in your business by acknowledging that and saying, yes, no staff, no staff, no staff, no staff, no staff. You were no better off the first time you thought it and believed it than the 1,000th time you believed it and said it. Okay? So the first thing to do is get a piece of paper and just write down. I'm not just on you, Chris. I'm talking about anyone on here who thinks they've got a list of excuses or reasons. Write them down. And to answer your question, of course, we all got to struggle with those barriers all of the time. I will just never, and Chris, I've worked with you. You come on here tonight and tell me, did I allow you to have one excuse or one reason? Did I have any excuse or any reason to not be, in Manchester at 6:30 in the morning and then driving back to Wales, 17, 19 hours later? No excuses. I could have. I was really tired. I was really tired. If it weren't for Mr. Red Bull, I'd probably be stuck on the M6. But I could use all those barriers. I could use all those excuses. I don't, because I've trained myself to say, once I recognize it, we've got to do something about it. Okay, so what have we got here? Right, someone's coming down here. We've got loads of comments. Now, this is good. I'm winding people up. This is good. Just asking. It's okay, Gillian. I know I'm ranting a bit. Tonight is a bit emotive. You're welcome to ask. And the message is, with products, you shouldn't go out of date because your rate of sales should be pretty high on a weekly basis. Okay, so hey guys, you don't want to take anything personal with me. If you're taking things personal with me, you just don't know me. Just say it as it is, and we'll get on with things quicker. Okay, what have we got here? So I'm just waiting for this to flick through. It's going a bit slow on me. No, it won't go. Okay, what we got? This we are. Erin joined the hub. Erin, thank you for joining me tonight. Chris Finch, love that idea of identifying the excuse and you use all the time. Okay, so that's important. That's the important part of actually identifying. You can't do anything until you agree with yourself almost, and that you are using these things all the time. Okay, so I can vouch for Carl. He did 10 hours, no breaks. Okay, we didn't break once. We did a 10-hour coaching session, and we didn't use any barriers. I wouldn't allow Chris to say anything. He did fair play. He didn't come up with many excuses. He was very, very positive, and thank you for that. And any of my clients who operate like that, I appreciate. But I would not allow my clients to have any barriers. This is just not the point. What's the point of having a coach if I'm just going to agree with all the things that are wrong with your business? Yes, oh, you got no staff, oh, you haven't got enough sales. Yeah, well, that's not the deal, guys. Okay, so let's have a look what we got. So anyone else on here? Okay, so now this is the next part I want you to think about. If you've got the same excuses, the same barriers, the same issues all the time, and we know that even though you've identified them, and even if they are true to an extent, acknowledging them does not improve your business. Saying in 2018 that I can't get staff and still saying in 2020 that you can't get them has not made your business any better. Okay, so a barrier, an excuse, hasn't made your business any better whatsoever. Okay, now, so what you're doing, this is all of you, is you are putting all of your energy into the problem and you're not putting your energy into the solution. Okay, this is the mindset change. So the next time you think, I haven't got any staff, or my time management is bad, I haven't got enough hours, instead of mourning about it and acknowledging it and agreeing with yourself, I haven't got enough hours, okay? Therefore, my business can't get any better because I haven't got enough hours. Okay, that isn't it. You're putting all the energy into accepting the barrier, identifying the barrier, identifying the excuse, because there's really a reason, guys. There's really a reason. Let me give you another example. There's not one person on here, okay, and I don't know how many are on here tonight. I don't care if there's 5,000 on here. I've never, ever, ever, ever been late to your premises, okay? I've never been late for a meeting, and it's not because I don't have traffic, okay? It's not because I haven't broken down, okay? And I know there would be an exception. Obviously, if someone smashes into the back of me, I'm not saying that that wouldn't be a reason, perhaps. But, you know, if you're on the way to a job interview, if you're on the way to work, so maybe you're a member of staff on here and you're on the way to work, you can't turn up for work 10 minutes late and say, oh, sorry, the traffic was terrible. No, you see, you've identified an excuse. You've latched on to the excuse. You feel better. And if your salon owner, salon manager is stupid enough to accept it, well, then more fool them, because that wasn't the reason you was late. The reason you was late is because you didn't plan. You didn't allow enough time. You didn't leave early enough, guys. Okay? This is what I'm saying. You've got to stop saying, this is the shortest answer to the problem. Therefore, we accept it. Therefore, we do nothing. No. Let's find out why we are using this reason, this excuse all of the time. Let's put our energy now into solving that problem. Okay, what we got? Let's have a look. So we just got to scroll on. We must have some questions, guys. What have we got? We got Sam Carter is on board. Hi, Sam. I haven't seen you for a good while. Hey, we're very low on questions tonight, guys. You're going to have to pump these up. We're coming towards the end of the excuses, reasons. I thought there'd be a lot more people upset with my statement tonight that you were using excuses. They're not really reasons. You could be doing a lot more before you actually identify them as genuine things. So, we've said that you got lots of excuses. I think you're just putting up barriers for yourself. List them down, identify them. You're using them all the time. Stop putting your energy into using them and put your energy into resolving them. If you think they can't be resolved, ask yourself, why is there another hairdresser's, barber's clinic in the same town, in the same street, maybe next door, maybe in the next town, who doesn't have this problem? Okay? You know, I spoke to quite a lot of top-end salons over the last few months who do not have recruitment issues. Okay, not serious ones anyway. I don't mean they're missing the odd junior or something. And the reason that they don't have recruitment issues is because they are usually always targeting for recruitment. They have a very good recruitment machine. They've got some kudos within the industry, some kudos within that town, within that area. Look, follow them, guys. Have a look at what they're doing. Their adverts are much more sexy than your adverts. They put out 50 times more adverts than you. They have their adverts on their website. Some of you haven't even got the website to put the bleeding advert on. All right? So start analyzing the problem and put all your energy into resolving the excuse. Okay, don't accept that excuse anymore. Put your energy into that excuse. Okay, what we got? New comment. That's good. As soon as I can see it, it'll be great. We can get on with that. Christopher Kitchen is on board. Good evening, Christopher. Don't worry, Christopher. I promise I will not pick this subject and rant like this at your event. We will make sure it's nice and calm, but educational and engaging as well. But thanks for joining me tonight. So we've talked a lot tonight. I've talked constantly for 30 minutes. Hopefully, you're going to get in your minds, guys, that when I'm identifying that I'm using these excuses all of the time, you got an excuse, it doesn't improve your business. The more you say it, it doesn't improve your business. Have a look at your competition, and find out how is it that I've got the problem and they haven't. And it doesn't matter what it is. How is it, that you haven't got enough time in your week to do a marketing plan, but, Alan Sugar's running a, 100 million or 10 billion pound business. I mean, how is it that you haven't got time, I don't know, to have a staff meeting? That's a good one. I haven't got time to have a meeting with my staff. That is absolutely ludicrous. And then the next session we're having, the next meeting I'm having, or the next comment I'm having is that my staff don't listen to me. You haven't got no choice, guys. You have to have the meeting. Okay, how can I do 8,000 miles in a car in 1 week and still have all my meetings, but you can't manage to have a meeting with a junior on a Tuesday morning? It's because you believe. You believe to yourself you don't have time. You're not prepared to make time, guys. You're using it as a comfort blanket. As soon as I can find something as an excuse, I'm happier to hold on to that comfort blanket. Okay. Now, if you've got a business that you're really happy with, and you're happy with all your excuses, and you're happy with all your comfort blankets, look, you carry on. I don't want to stir you up. But if you've got a business that should take more, that could do better, if you want more for yourself, if you want more for your family, if you want more for your staff, if you want more for your customers. Now, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? When we talk about pricing, which we'll come across in a moment, we should be thinking about, when we increase prices or service levels or standards, it's not just more for us to take home, it's more for the client. The clients get more, the staff get more, and you get more. And surely, in most facets of our life, that's what we aim to do. Okay, even if we want more time with our family, or we want, more holidays, we all want more than we currently have. Okay, what we got? Christopher Kitchen and Sue Clark is on board. Chris Finch, I also wondered, is your mental health as business owner an excuse? Okay, so I'm not going to do this from a doctor's point of view, Chris, but I would say of all the people I met who have mental health issues, okay, and I'm not qualified to say that, so I don't want anyone jumping down my my Facebook page tonight. What I want to say is this. Those salon owners in particular who appear to have mental health issues are usually the salon owners who are going backwards. Okay, so salon owners who are in a negative situation, or who are struggling every day, who are doing tons and tons of hours, or sometimes not doing many hours, but worrying about the tons and tons of hours, who won't put their prices up, who can't pay the VAT bill on time, who have lots and lots of disciplinary issues, who have a really horrible rundown salon. Those salon owners have in many, many ways created that for themselves. So you and I talked about, you will never burn out. Nobody will. I don't mean get tired for the night. That's what, you have to grab a can of Red Bull for. I don't mean about getting tired and you need a couple of days rest. I'm talking about burnout. Not many people will burn out when they're going forward. When you're waking up every day and think, right, today I'm doing all my staff meetings, we're going to do the appraisals, we're introducing a new product range. Today we're going to, we've got Carl coming as our business coach. He's going to do this. We're going to open up a new salon. Tomorrow we're going to introduce new electrolysis machine. Nobody burns out when you're going forward and you're positive. So I would say there's a case for salon owners having worse mental health because they're in a negative situation, which in many cases they put themselves in, than when people are in a positive situation. If it's a medical condition, Christopher, I can't answer that question, I'm afraid. Okay, so where are we? I can see someone, Karen, popping at the bottom. Karen Wilson, we'll chat on Monday. Karen, I really look forward to catching up and meeting you, of course. Donna, spot on, Carl. Donna, I don't know what I'm spot on about now. I've been talking for so long, but thank you for the re-endorsement. But it's all about being positive. I'm going to say it. I did tell Donna I wouldn't mention her name, but Donna is absolutely mega positive. You can't get one word of negativity out of her. And trust me, she's got plenty of projects to work on and such immense potential in her business. And it's a massive accolade to you, Donna. So well done and fair play. Okay, so what else we got here? Celine's on board. Thanks, Chris Finch. Great vid. Okay, that's that one. Sam Carter. We keep getting clients asking if we can improve facilities for them whilst they're waiting. They are not waiting long. Should we make an excuse for not doing this? Sam, no excuses for anything, is it? So if you've got that situation all the time, it would occur to me, I mean, you've got a walk-in business, if I remember, Sam, and if that's true, is it the answer? I'm not going to tell you to change your business model in a, what I got, 24-minute session. Is it, if that is a problem and all your customers are saying that I'm fed up of waiting and I ain't got nothing to do, what do you do? Do you do something about it? Of course you do. Do you switch to a booking system? Do you switch to extending do you introduce iPads so people can sit around watching them? Have you got a spare corner you can put a gaming machine up? Do you engage a junior so they can do hand massages? Okay, I know you haven't got that kind of business, Sam, but what I'm saying is, don't just say, there's nothing we can do because we're a walk-in, therefore we're busy, therefore we accept it. Because as soon as you accept it, nothing will happen with it. If you're accepting it, Sam, I don't know how long it's been like that, but let's say it's been like for 5 years. You've accepted it for 5 years. You've said it's okay. If the customers keep telling you it's not okay, it's not okay. Okay, D. Castle is on board. Good evening, D. Thank you for joining me, Chris Finch. Selena and Chris are having a bit of a chat. Good to see you here. Celine, I don't know if you have caught up with my videos. Please go over to my YouTube channel. I think there's about 100 on there now, and there's at least one a week, sometimes two, that I'm trying to cover at the moment. David, what is your take on Staff of the Month prize like a Nando voucher? Absolutely fine, David. Anything, you know, when we talk about, so we change subjects just slightly. When we talk about motivation for the team, I believe in lots and lots and lots of small motivational tools. And I also believe that not everything motivates everyone. Okay, so you've got to find the thing that they really, really, buzzes. For some people, hitting their sales target for the week, you want to wham a bottle of champagne in their hands. But if they're 15 years old, you can't whack that in the hands because mom and dad won't be very happy. So yes, I believe in, employee of the month, employee of the day, the best retailer, maybe the person that took that lady out in the car in the rain with an umbrella, held the door open for her. You know what I mean? Let's get a reward from them. We are running a people business. The more we engage with our team on a small and often basis, then we should. But if you're using excuses, and I know you are not, David, because you're an award-winning salon. But if you're using excuses that we can't generate enough money, then you can't generate enough money to reward your team either. And it's a downward spiral. David, I can't imagine you using too many excuses in your business. You don't seem that type at all. Okay, guys, we have got 22 minutes to cover anything you want. We've gone off the subjects I choose, and that's great because I think I am pretty much done with saying about those kinds of issues. Excuses, I will finish off with them at the end, but let's carry on and do anything we have to. And Christopher's on board. Open a couple of days for appointments a week and gauge the demand. You'll soon be looking to go appointments full-time and improve the... Christopher, go ahead, mate. Smash them with a plug. Do your thing. I appreciate that's very, 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 very smooth. Well done, sir. I think he's talking to Sam there. Sam Carter, thanks, Carl. Celine, I do have a question, actually. I struggle putting a deposit system in place with clients as I feel harsh. Is it harsh? Okay. Right, so you've got to decide. So what you're saying is you are using an excuse. Okay, so your excuse, your barrier to yourself is that, and do you know what it is? It's nothing about being harsh. You don't want to put this in place because you fear confrontation. Tell me I'm wrong, Celine. I'm not wrong. You fear confrontation with these clients. So you don't want to put it in place because a few of them are going to say to you, sorry, Celine, we've been coming here for 5, 10, 20 years. You've put that in place. We've been good to you. There's no reason for it. You, of course, have a counter argument which says, listen, If you are going to pay anyway, please support me, because I have other clients who don't do that. So there's no reason for you to leave, and there's no reason for you to protest. So the answer is no, it's not harsh. You have just landed yourself on an excuse. You fearing rejection. You're fearing confrontation rather, not rejection. Very similar emotion. So it's not harsh in any way. It's a sensible business action for most salons. I can't say about yours, but for most salons, a booking system with a booking fee can be the right thing for that business. It's not harsh in any way. It's normal. It's standard. Other industries use it. And if your clients respect you, they'll pay the booking fee and they'll respect your system. Michael, I often send them iTunes credits when I feel they've pushed. Great, Michael. I like that one. I hadn't thought of that. Anything, you can get gift vouchers, you can get iTunes, you can get Xbox cards. It doesn't matter. You could go and get a bar of chocolates. You can get a box of chocolates. You can get a bunch of flowers. You could give them a half day off early. You know what I mean? You just get, they've had a really, really awesome day or 3 or 4 days and it's gone quiet. Listen, Sally, you've done such a great job. I'm sending you home 4 hours early and I'm going to pay you, of course. Don't be sneaky, guys. I'm going to pay you for those 4 hours as a big thank you for everything you've done for me this week on color, whatever it is. Let's look. You will follow me for years and years and years, guys. And you think I'm the harsh guy when it comes to teams. I'm not the harsh guy. I'm harsh because you all start off looking after your staff at the wrong end. You all start off loving them and kissing them and giving them the champagne and these cards and everything, when you should be starting off with proper inductions, proper training, proper target setting, proper communication meetings, a proper accountability. Okay, meeting them every week, and making sure that they are moving forward on sales, on retail, on their blueprint, and on their personal development. How many times have I said that? Okay, so then, of course, we must do all this other stuff. We must have events for them. They must have big rewards. Maybe they got to have commissions. Maybe they just got to have bigger pay. Maybe they got to have a full-time job so they can get a mortgage. Maybe they got to have more time off. Maybe they got to have flexible hours. I don't know, guys. You know your teams, but you have to give your teams as much as you can, and you have to expect as much back from them. One without the other just doesn't work. Okay, you got lots of hugs and kisses for that, Michael. I think there's a few people on here that would like some iTunes vouchers. Okay, what we got? We're scrolling through. Celine says, thank you. Sally-Ann is gladly, and Chris Finch is back. No, it's not harsh, as Carl says. Okay, I'm not going to read that out. I also send them home to match up the self-employed people to be able to come and go whenever they like. Oh, okay, Michael, you're managing that absolutely fantastically. Well done. Come on, guys, let's get some more questions in. We've got 15 minutes. This is Quick Coach TV. It's every Monday from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. British summertime. You can phone in if you want to phone in, 07931 518642, or you can keep the questions rolling at the bottom of the page. I do speak quick normally, not normally this quick, but I do want to help as many of you as possible this year, and I'm going to help you on Tuesday. I'm going to help you next Tuesday at 7:30 in the evening. Let me tell you. So on this page here, there's a link. It says big marker in it. I'm doing a free, listen guys, there's no charge to come on this pricing workshop, if you like, this pricing webinar. It's going to be about an hour and a half long. It's a proper training webinar. I'm going to talk to you about pricing. I'm going to talk to you about why you must get your prices correct. I'm going to talk to you about the reasons we don't get them correct. I'm going to talk to you about what can you do if you think you can't change your prices. And I use the word correct as opposed to increase, because there'll be some of you that might already have high enough prices. So you've got to get the correct prices. But for most of you, that means quite an increase. So I'm going to spend about an hour, hour and a half, maybe a bit longer, telling you why you should, how you can, how to identify when you've got a pricing problem. So when you're subsidizing your business, maybe your partner, maybe your husband, maybe your wife is putting money into the business. Maybe they are paying part of your VAT bill. Maybe they paid the wage bill last week. Maybe you're taking on £50 and working 40 hours. Okay, you're subsidizing the business. And as I said to some of my clients recently, if you're not taking on substantial amounts of money, your business, and you want to sell your business, it's not real, guys. It's not a real model. It's not a real business model if the people who are working in it aren't getting paid because the people who want to buy it have then got to replace you, okay, with a member of staff, and that might cost them an extra 10 or 20 or 30 grand, which makes your business unviable. So you have to think about how you're spending your time. Okay, have we got any more? Yes, we got 3 more. This is good. We're having a good end to so don't forget, Tuesday night, 7:30. Click that link, register tonight, and join me at 7:30. Make sure you got a cup of tea, sit down. I'm going to take you through pricing from one end right to the other. All right, it's completely and utterly free. And I'm not going to be running it every week, so don't think if I miss Tuesday, can I watch the rerun, on Wednesday? No, you can't. Okay, we're going to run it on Tuesday night. Okay, what we got here? This is very slow tonight. Sorry, guys, it's difficult. There we go. Pauline Deering has joined me. Good evening, Pauline. Christopher, what's your opinion on deposits versus cancellation fees after the no-show call? I would always do cancellation fees as in a booking fee, Christopher, because booking fees are are more legally binding. You can't charge for them, and if we get into a legal situation, then it's less of a problem. Deposits, did you ask about deposits or cancellation fees? If you meant deposits, yeah, deposits you have. Deposits usually are legally refundable. There's not very often where, there's not many scenarios where the client doesn't receive the service or the product that they're not allowed their deposit back, okay? So a deposit is a much more of a sticky wicket. I will always have a booking fee with a cancellation agreement, and make sure you get the client to know and understand, and if necessary, sign the cancellation agreement. So in my opinion, it's no to deposits and yes to cancellation fees that the clients clearly understand. Did you say every Monday then? I don't know. I don't know if it's everything. No, I'm doing the meeting on Tuesday night, but we're staying on Wednesdays for this. I don't know if that was the right question. Sorry, Jill. You have to clarify for me what you meant. The trouble is with this, and I apologize, sometimes I'm answering questions from 10 minutes ago and there's not enough synergy. That's come around quick next week. Yes, it certainly has. Selena's with us, 2 o'clock. How did you value a business for sale? Sue, there is a YouTube video that I've done on how to value your business. Now, the reason I've done the video, Sue, so if you don't mind going over to YouTube to have a look at it, is because it does explain that really these days valuing a business isn't the same as it used to be, because they're very, very difficult to sell, and it's going to make a big difference if you've got self-employed people in there, if you've got employed people in there, if you've got a freehold, or if you've got, or if you own the building, whatever it is. So go over to YouTube. There is a video there already, and if you can't find it, Sue, please just message me, say, Carl, can't find it, and I'll ping the email or the link over to you. But yes, you can value a business still. It's very difficult, but it's mainly based on the thing that you can value, the average of your last 3 years' profits, okay? Not your last 3 years' sales, average of your last 3 years' profits. So if you've done 10,000 profit for 3 years, that's the general price of your business, plus any fixtures and fittings. And then other things like customer goodwill, you don't really get these days. Things like signage, you might get that as part of fixture and fittings. Customers and database, that's not really valued anything anymore. So it's very, very difficult. Staffing themselves, we used to be able to value staffing. Maybe you had someone who'd been there 20 years and 30 years, doesn't really come into it anymore. So businesses are much lower in our industry because we can't actually contractually sell a lot of these things. Go over, have a look at that link. Valerie DeForge, good evening, Valerie. Thank you for joining me. It's a shame you missed earlier, Valerie. You would have been a fabulous one for feedback on this. I was talking about excuses and how people use excuses as barriers. And I don't know, Valerie, if you will agree with me, but maybe if you have a look at some stage, you might, I'm sure, as a coach, you'll understand that we don't accept the barriers that businesses do, because if we did, we wouldn't get any further than they did. Okay, who we got number here? We've got another new comment. If I could actually ever move this key down tonight. Okay, what we got? Okay, we got Maria on board. Gillian, I thought you said Monday. I don't know if I did, Tuesday night at 7:30 for the link at the top of the page. 2 o'clock, it's okay, I'll check that out. Okay, guys, we have got 11 minutes left. We can talk about anything that you want to talk about, and I'm here every Wednesday night, 8:30 to 9:30, British Summer Time. My name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help, and I'm here with QCTV to try and help you with as many issues as I can. So you ask the questions, and I'm going to give you short answers. I'm going to give you direction, maybe some inspiration. If you have bigger problems, please feel free to contact me after the show. On a Wednesday, I normally operate until midnight, so don't think that I'll shut off here and I'm gone to bed. I'm more than happy to help you guys. If you're struggling in your business, there's no reason any longer. There's plenty of great coaches like me around to help you. But for now, we've got 5-10 minutes left. What do you want me to help you with? Because tonight, we talked about excuses, and what I said was the key thing that I ended with on excuses, and Valerie, you might like this part, was we're putting our energy into identifying the problem. We're not identifying the problem. We're putting our energy into establishing an excuse when we should be putting that same amount of energy into finding the solution. So it's going into the problem. We're putting our energy into the problem. We're not putting our energy into the solution. Okay, so when you wake up tomorrow morning, guys, you're still going to have a whole list of excuses and barriers and reasons, whatever you think they are, because we live in a business world. There's going to be plenty of them. You've got to say, I'm going to use the same energy to resolve those issues. Who's got time management problems? Who thinks they don't have enough time in the day? Okay, we got some more. This is my year to become a phoenix again, 35 years. So I think I've been a phoenix before a few times, but this time, I have you. Michael, you all have me, guys. If you want me as your coach, whether you want me as your mentor, your coach, whether you just want me on QCTV, you have got support, guys. It's really important to know. Now, I can't work with all of you. Not all of us will be a great match. Part of the reason for doing QCTV is you get to know what I really feel, because I'm speaking so fast. I haven't got time to hide anything, okay? You get to see the real me. You get to see my knowledge, my understanding, my views. If you're watching this thinking, you don't have to like this guy, but I understand this guy, he would do great things for my business, get hold of me. If you don't, just keep watching, and maybe one day I'll bump into you and we'll shake hands. On that point, whoever's going up to Manchester Pro, I will be there on the Sunday night. So if anybody wants to grab dinner on the Sunday night, grab drinks, I shall be, I don't know where I'm going to stay yet. Drop me a line. I'd be really, really pleased to meet you, shake hands, and say hello. Okay, we got a couple more comments. We have got about 7 or 8 minutes left, guys. Keep the questions going. I won't cut you off bang afterwards. If you ask any questions after the show tonight, I will answer them, I promise. I won't leave you dangling. Any more questions? Okay, let's have a look what we got. We've got 3 questions. No, I can't scroll them down. There we go, here we go. Oh, Selena's back on board. Christopher. Work calls. Have a great night, everyone. Christopher, thank you so much for jumping on board tonight. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for your support. Of course, Ellie is back. Time management. Where are we going? Time management. A lot better these days. I tell you what, Ellie, I don't know if I should say this in public. You do seem a lot more organized these days, and I think you've put a lot of effort into it. So I haven't seen your operation close and hands up, but just speaking to you over the months and years, you seem to be getting more organized all the time, and well done, proud of you. Donna, I'm not taking those monkey. Donna, you're probably reading 3 books at the moment. It's a great book. Have a look at it. It's important that you don't allow people to put a monkey on your back. Sorry, guys, a bit of a private joke between Donna and I. It's all about, if anybody has read it, it's the 1 Minute Manager and meets the monkey. And it's all about you salon owners and managers not allowing other people in your business to give you responsibilities. It's all about giving the responsibility back to the person. So let's say, for an example, that a member of staff at their 15-minute review every week is not very good at, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, cutting. Okay, that's very simple, I know. Instead of them saying, I'm not very good at cutting, and you say, right, we need to do something about it, and they say, I need a cutting course, and you go off and say, right, I'll phone this company, I'll organize it for Thursday. Instead of you going off to do it, you say to them, no problem. What I want you to do is, here's a budget for £500. Go off, or £300 or £200, whatever whatever you've got, and you organize it for next Thursday. come back and tell me when you've done it, okay? That's what keeping the monkey off your back is about. It's making sure that you give the responsibility back to the right people, okay? So you've got to give the right people the right jobs, but it's important that you don't take on everything, and this can really tie quite tightly into your time management. Okay, we've got get hold of Carly's Fab. Sally, thank you very much. Do you know what? I've spoken to Sally a few times. I've only met her once. We've done a marathon coaching session. I mean, it was really, really kind of flat out. For her to say that is fabulous, because I know I wasn't easy on them. I know we didn't make any easy decisions. So, Sally, I appreciate your honesty and what have you. Emma, that's great, Sally. Where are you in Manchester, Carl? And when? Sorry, the line broke up. I mean, does anyone know when Manchester Pro is? I think it's in February, actually, in about 3 weeks' time. About the 24th or something. I'm there on the Sunday night. Oh, hang on a second. Let's have a look, is it? Oh, I can tell you straight away, I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, the 23rd of February. I shall be in Manchester that evening and all day on the Monday. And the main thing I want to do, guys, I want to meet you. Okay, all of you. I want to shake your hands. I want to have coffee with you. I want to find out about the good things in your life. I want to find out about your business problems. I just want to make you shake your hands. If you can got that time to give me, I appreciate it. Okay, guys, we have got about 5 minutes left, but we have got some more comments, so that's fabulous. Ellie's there. Thank you. She says, Rachel Tubin, I've got questions for after the show. Well, that sounds good, Rachel. You contact me straight after. Any more, guys? We've got 4 minutes left. Don't waste it. This is premium. This is coaching time that I'm giving you. You don't see the other coaches out there. You know, I never run coaches down. You all know that, certainly not by name. The other coaches are not out there answering your questions like I'm answering your questions, okay? There are some good coaches out there with really, really good materials. They don't all want to do it my way, and that's cool as well. But I'm here, and I'm here now, and I'm here to help you. What do you want to tackle? What issues you having? Let me tell you about time management whilst you are waiting. The thing is with time management is you know, it's the old saying, isn't it? The richest man in the world or the richest woman in the world has got the same amount of time as the poorest person in the world. How you use that time is really, really important. Let me give you an example. In a recent survey that I saw, they said that something like about 15 hours a week is used on non-business social media and non-business TV. Okay, so that's not total social media and total TV, about 15 hours. So what's that, you know, 2 hours and 10 minutes every day of your life you're wasting. So imagine you used to give up these TV programs or half the TV programs, and maybe you give up half your social media time. You'd have another 7 or 10 hours, which is a working day back into your life. There's an example of looking at your time management. Okay, and I think most of us, most of you do get digressed, don't we, on social media and by television and whatever else it is. The time management, the time is there, guys. You've got the same amount of time as everyone else. Okay, we're going to do the last few questions. We're coming up to the last 2 minutes. Don't put any more questions up, guys. We're going to get these finished. Rachel's going to speak to me after the show. You are welcome, Rachel. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? Oh, we've got 5 questions now. Okay. Jody Lynch. Hi, Jody. Thank you. That's my issue. I try and do it all. Great idea with giving staff more responsibility for improving their skills. Never thought of that before. Jody, we talked about a bit about coaching. If I ever coach you properly, then we will talk about the staff meetings. And in each staff meeting, we give things back to the staff. Okay, so we support them by saying, you need this training. And then we tell them to go off and organize where possible. Of course, we don't get them to do everything, but everything that's reasonable, they should go back to them. It's like that with all monkeys. You've got to give it back to the person who's trying to give it to you if they are of the right caliber and able and have the right responsibility level. So I don't mean just, you know, let's not abdicate. You don't give away everything, so you don't do anything anymore. You give back the right things. It'll give you so much more time back, Jody. Okay, who's that? We got Chris down there again. I seen Chris. Chris has one. He's got a monkey. Well, we're going to be giving those monkeys to someone. I think Sally's going to get a monkey, Chris. Carl, I know this is not allowed. I have a self-employed member that I have sorted to go on a course. What's the best way to manage this with the new laws coming up into play? Do it as a gift or just put it through the business as normal? Michael, first of all, I would say the new laws coming up, until they come up, I wouldn't be panicked about anything. I would carry on with whatever practices you have always done, because I can't really tell you whether in private or online to do anything that wouldn't be legal and proper. So whatever you have been doing, continue to do. The laws that are coming up, whether they'll come into force for our salons anytime soon, I'm not completely convinced. So whatever you were doing, because even as a gift, you're still supposed to, in most cases, declare tax on it. So you're not going to get around it too easily. If you get really, really stuck, we'll have a private conversation. Okay, what we got? Chris, can you give me 2 responses to clients that object to raise prices when you don't use for anything else at all? First of all, we blame someone else. I don't agree with that for anything else in my life or anything else in our business for prices. But yours is a case of VAT. So your prices are going to go up because of VAT mainly. I think it's honest and fair for you to be able to say, unfortunately, we've had to increase. If someone asks, don't advertise it, and definitely don't be defensive about it. Don't have to, pro-volunteer the information. Someone doesn't walk in and you go, my services are this much, and I'm awful sorry because it's VAT. Okay, it's only if you get challenged, and then I would say, yeah, I know. What you have to do though, when you tell them about VAT, you have to say, do you know what? We've had such a fabulous year. We've been so successful in developing this. Our customers have really enjoyed coming in. I've loved the way you've supported me as well, and I really appreciate it. But VAT came around to us, and we've had to put them up by that price. Okay, so you kind of, you're patronizing the client, and the client will understand that VAT is a reality. Now, whether they blame the government or whether they still think it's too much, I don't know. But what I would say is, if you put your price up by a genuine 20% through VAT, I don't think a genuine client will be leaving you, because, Chris, they came for you. So that's only one answer. I think that's enough for now, because we are out of time. I just want to make sure. Amy Richards. Amy, I haven't seen you for ages. I don't even know if your new development came off, so I don't want to say anything too much, but you can shout about it on here if you want to. I really want to come and see you pretty soon. And maybe we'll go and see our mutual friend, because I need a bit of a trim. And Becky Banham, you've joined me right at the end, but I do know that you work until very, very late. Listen, guys, I'm going to get Becky Banham on here in the next few weeks. Becky Banham, who I've never met, believe it or not, has taken my advice quite seriously over the last 6 or 12 months on retailing, on little things about her business, about pricing. And I'm going to get her on board, because she's a mini success story that lots of you could benefit from. And she is one of these ladies who does not have excuses and barriers anymore. And I don't know, Becky, did you used to have them? TV is my biggest excuse. Chris, that's it, isn't it? There'll be lots and lots more things than that, but TV is not a valid excuse versus doing your new price list, repricing all those products, getting a new member of staff on board, it's just not valid. You can't justify it to yourself. You can't. Okay, Becky. I've got a cleaner at home, some more time to spend on my business. And I agree with all those things as well, but you've got to have a successful business to pay for the cleaner, but it's all part of the ecosystem. Okay, guys, listen, guys, we're supposed to be finished, but we'll carry on. This is fabulous. Maybe I should go later in the nights. What we got here? Laura is replying to Chris, so I'm going to leave that one for Laura and Chris to talk about. Okay, so that's good. They're going to have a chat. Melanie Watkins is... Melanie, you joined the other board as well, I think, today. So thank you for joining me there. You're probably, if you haven't watched me so far, you're probably having a bit of a shock and thinking, what's this guy doing, ranting as fast as he can for an hour on a Wednesday night? Let me tell you, in case anyone has missed it, I run QCTV, Quick Coach TV, on a Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 every single Wednesday in 2020, 2019 as well, mind, and 2020. As long as you guys keep coming, I shall do this. You can pick the subjects if you want, guys. Just send them in advance. It's all for you. Okay, Ellie, just show them your tools. Okay, so she's replying to Chris. That's fine. Where do you get your book? Emma Jane, you can get this book. If you want it really, really quickly, you can get it on Amazon tonight. It's called Salon Products, Sell or Die Trying. Or you can type my name in and it'll blast up. If you don't want it that quick and you want it signed, send me an email and I will sign one and put it in the post to you, but that's a lot slower than Amazon. And Emma, I appreciate it whichever way you get that book. There we are, Amazon. Ellie, I'll have to get you on board as well. I can have the night off. In fact, when I go on holiday, Ellie, I might get you to run this on your own. Just got to speed up your talking. Chris, Laura, very true. That's great. Melly Wilkins, thank you. Guys, this is it. We've run 4 minutes over. I hope you're all happy. Now, next week, I'll be back at 8:30 p.m. next Wednesday night. Those of you that want to speak to me after the show, please inbox me now and say, Carl, just need 10 minutes of your time. There's going to be no charge, guys. I just want to help you out. For the rest of you, thank you for supporting me. For those of you who I have been coaching, whether it was years ago, whether it was last week, thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate it. And it'd be nice to slow down and go back to normal. I look forward to next Wednesday. I look forward to supporting you as much as possible. Those of you who get the book, and don't forget, I'm going to see you on Tuesday night as well next week. Sign up for the online webinar. It's there in the link. I don't know where it's on your page. In the link, there's a free webinar next Tuesday at 7:30. It's about an hour or an hour and a half. It's all about pricing. There's no charge, guys. Okay? I look forward to seeing you all. We've got 2 more comments. I hope they're just saying goodbye. I'll pick up the rest of them afterwards. Ellie is chatting to them. Thank you, Pammy J says. Thanks, Carl. Sally says, thank you. Good night, says Sue. Thank you. Inspirational. Hey, thank you, Sue. Don't forget to pick up that, the YouTube channel. If you have any problems, let me know. Jav says, thank you. Sam Carter says, thank you. And Melanie, that's very kind. Thank you. Laura says, goodbye. Jody, thanks, Carl. Very insightful and great advice. Go off, Jody. Go make sure you give those monkeys back.